So, we've looked at two types of summary gap fills. Now we're going to look at the third type. This summary gap fill is different from the other two because it tests your overall understanding of areas like attitudes and opinions that are expressed in the text. It's also different to the first two types of summary tasks because you don't have to use words given to you in the text or in a box. In this type of summary task, you can choose any suitable word. It's the most difficult type of summary. Let's look at an example. So you can see that the question here asks for one or two suitable words. So, as I said, with this type of summary, you're not expected to use a word or words from the text or a box. You can use a word from the text if the word fits both the meaning and the grammar, but you don't have to. The answer may actually be a general term, an opinion word, a referencing word, or a classifying term, for example, a type of something. With this question type, there may be more than one correct answer. The word you choose needs to reflect the information and the attitudes expressed in the text. This is because the purpose of this type of summary is to test your understanding of the writer's attitude to information or your understanding of opinions expressed in the text. Okay, so what strategies will you need for this type of question? First, check what the question requires. So with this question you can see that you need to use one or two suitable words. It doesn't tell you to take words from the text. Next, skim through the summary to check for overall meaning. Also, think about what sort of word is needed for the gap. The same as what we did for types 1 and 2. For example, you can see here that question 13 needs an adjective because it has the before the gap and a noun effects after the gap. Then skim the text for overall meaning. After you've done that, locate the section in the text where the summary comes from. Remember, the summary may come from only one section of the text, or it might cover the whole text. If the summary covers the whole text, each gap might summarize the main idea of a paragraph. This particular summary is an example of one that covers the whole text, so you need to look at the whole text for your answers. Finally, return to the summary and decide what is a suitable word for each gap based on the information in the text. The word will probably not be in the text. You will need to think of a suitable word. Now, let's go to the next screen and start the summary together. Okay, as I said, this one is a summary of the whole article. You need to understand the original text to be able to complete it correctly, and you also need to know the type of word to use. Let's start together. So, question 13 is in paragraph A. It relates to the attitudes of the Union of Concerned Scientists to industrial agriculture. We can see that an adjective is needed in the gap because we have the before and effects, which is a noun, after the gap. From the text we can see that an adjective such as negative or adverse would be suitable. Okay, now let's do question 14. This comes from all the farming methods given in paragraphs A and B. We're looking for a noun, as we have due to the farming before the gap and a prepositional phrase after it of this type of agriculture. A noun such as practices or methods would be correct. Now you go and do the rest of the summary yourself.